And this next matchup, this should be a great fight, man. I mean, Bryan Barberena is one of my personal favorite fighters that I've been watching over the last few years, and it's not like he's ever been a title threat guy, or someone that's been at the top of the division, but he just produces every time out there. I'm a big fan of his style, the inside fighting, being a kind of a action fighter, but this is a difficult matchup here, man. He's moving up to 185 pounds. I've heard rumblings of him announcing his retirement after his contract's up, so that would be pretty soon. And he's facing Makhmud Muradov, who's coming in here off 2 losses in a row. He hasn't actually won since 2021, so he's going to be hungry. And he's a very dangerous guy, explosive with power. And he had a really bad performance against Gerald Mearshart where didn't look like himself and got finished in that one. But his last fight he lost, but he looked a lot better in that one against Kyle Barallo. He was more on point with his wrestling actually in that fight, and he looked good. And it's been a little bit since that one, so we're going to see if he's made even more improvements. But I would say he's been kind of a busted prospect so far. He's gone 3-2 in the UFC. When he came into the UFC and after he won the first 3 fights that he had in the company, he was on like a 18-19 fight winning streak. And he was, I believe, one of the biggest favorites in UFC history to lose when he lost to GM3. He was over a minus 1,000 favorite. And so he definitely has to beat Barberena and then win a couple more to get back into the position where people thought he was before that loss. And he's lost a lot of stock, but this is a good fight for him to kind of get back on the horse. And Barberena, it's another chance for him to prove a lot of people wrong and come in and get another win as a big underdog. But stylistically, if this was just a straight-up stand-up fight, I would favor Barberena. I mean, Muradov, maybe he could catch him with one of those long lever strikes, kicks, and knock him out with the shot down the middle. I think attacking the body of Barberena is obviously proven to be more fruitful than hitting him to the head. It's like you can hit him to the head a million times. He's never going to fall down, right? We saw that in the Luque fight. But he is facing a bigger guy here at Muradov, so we're going to have to see if he could take damage exactly the same. But if he can, it's just, I think over time his pressure and his inside game will prevail against Muradov because I think he has the elbows, the knees, and he has the ability to take shots, work his way in. He has pretty solid boxing, good combos, and very high volume guy that can kind of Homer Simpson his way to victories at times. And then I do think he doesn't get credit for the skill that he has in close. But one thing that's always been kind of his Achilles heel throughout his career has been the wrestling defense. You could take him down very easily, and he's usually pretty good with not getting submitted and staying out of danger positions and going the full 15 minutes. But he did get submitted with the rear naked choke in his last 2 fights, and Muradov in his last one with Kyle Barallo hit several double legs. I feel like his wrestling looked a lot more on point in that one. And if he's smart, he's just going to take down Barberena. I don't think Barberena could stop the takedowns. And he could hold down Barberena easily. I mean, his top control looked pretty good. He's going to be a significantly bigger guy. And I think that's going to be the path to victory for him, man. There is possibility that Barberena is not going to be able to take the shots against a heavy hitter up 15 pounds. 15 pounds is a pretty significant jump. But if Barberena is still as durable as he usually is, I think this fight's going to go a little longer. And I think Muradov's going to probably end up winning in the later rounds or by decision. But I feel like Muradov's going to have to use the wrestling and mix it up to get the win here. And I think he will from what I saw in his last fight. So I'm going to say Muradov comes back, gets his first win in a couple years, and beats Bryan Barberena here.